This is a lower body, a little bit shorter duration sequence or class for your lower body. I'm going to focus on movement through the hips, on stretching through the hip flexors, through the outer hips, a little bit in the back of the legs as well. And all you need is a yoga mat or some kind of soft surface to lie on. Could even just be a carpet. And if you want any support under your head, a block or a pillow would be a good option for you too. So we're going to start lying on our backs. And if you want that yoga block, you can grab it now and put it under your head. If you don't have anything, that's totally fine. So we're going to come onto our backs and just arrive in the here and now, in the present moment. And my favorite way to do that is just to look around the room and notice the features in the room. Maybe something on the ceiling, a texture on the wall, the way the light is hitting the wall, just anything to bring you into the moment. And then feel yourself on the ground. So notice your body in space. What parts of your body are touching the floor? What does the temperature of the air feel like on your skin? Is there any part of your body that is talking a little bit louder than other parts? Maybe you have a bit of an achy shoulder, or your low back is sensing something a little tighter today. Well, just becoming aware of the body. And then moving to the breath. So just outside sensation, moving to our body sensation, moving to our breath. And just noticing where you feel the breath. What maybe the temperature of the inhale or the exhale feels like. The pace of it, the length of it. Letting your shoulders relax, your jaw relax. Just taking a few deeper breaths through the nose or the mouth if you need to. Nice, slow, long, deep breaths without any forcing, just allowing the breath to deepen. I like to have my hands on my lower ribs just to feel my breath. But you don't need to do that if you want to have your arms out to your side. And then just beginning with a sense of gratitude. What are you thankful for today? What is something you encountered today or someone that you're thankful for? And just bringing that into your sense of being. What does it feel like even to relive that moment? And letting thankfulness kind of wash through you. And just begin to wiggle your toes a little bit, feeling all the little joints in your feet work and move. Just a little wiggling. And think about lifting the toes, spreading the toes, and placing them down. Doing that a few more times, lifting, spreading, placing them down. And if they don't spread very much, it's all good. It's really just the act of thinking about lifting, maybe even just imagining them spread, just like your hands, the fingers on your hands would spread, and then placing them down. And with your knees bent and your feet a little bit wider than your hips, let your knees sway a little bit side to side. So don't worry about bringing them all the way down to the floor, just letting them go side to side and noticing how one hip lifts as you go to one side, how your back and your spine are connected to the movement in your legs. You can have your arms out into a T shape if that feels good and relaxing. Chest is a little bit opened up here. And then bring your left knee into your chest, reach your right leg long. You can have a little bend in the knee or stretch it out nice and long if it feels comfortable like that. And then start to move from the ankle in your left foot. Nice big circles. And switch directions. And hold behind the back of your left leg and start to straighten and bend the knee. You don't have to go all the way straight. Just have a little bend in it the whole time as you're reaching up. And then a really relaxed foot as you bend the knee fully. Active foot as you straighten, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling, toes to you. Relaxed foot as you bend the knee. And switching to the other side, so drawing the right knee in now. Extending your left leg a little bit long or all the way long. Holding at the back of your upper leg, at your hamstrings, and slowly begin to straighten or almost straighten and pull the toes to you. Relax the knee, bend the foot. And notice if your shoulders are tense here. You can relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. No need to over grip with the neck muscles. And some little circles at the ankle. And place both of your feet back on the floor. Take your arms out into a T with your palms facing up. And let your knees go once again side to side. And cross your left ankle over your right thigh, make a figure four shape, and draw your left knee away from your chest. And you can hold this just like this with the foot on the floor. Or you can thread your left hand through the whole of your legs, the right arm around, clasp your hands behind the back of your upper leg or in the front of the knee. And if you can't reach for a clasp here, you could always grab a little band, strap, or something to help you hold here. And I've been really liking rocking side to side. It changes the sensation of the stretch, and I can notice a little bit of a shift or an intensity in the stretch as I shift to one side. Place your right foot on the floor. Come back into that more relaxed figure four shape if your foot was lifted. Take the left foot down to the ground. Re-center your hips if they've shifted to one side. And switch sides to the right side, crossing the right ankle on the left thigh. And draw your right knee up towards the wall in front of you or away from your chest. Bring your breath nice and low into your lungs. Relax your stomach here. And you can stay just like this or thread your right hand through the whole of your legs, your left arm around and clasp your hands. Or use your strap, adjust, maybe you just hold on to your pant leg. It'll just make it work for you. You can let your left foot totally relax. And you can try a little side to side rocking if you're holding your leg. If your foot is on the floor, you could do a little rocking side to side and see how that feels, or just stay still. Release your leg, place your foot on the floor, uncross. Now bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide in a Baddha Konasana or a butterfly shape. And bring your hands to your low ribs and find your breath once more underneath your hands. hands to the outsides of your legs. Manually draw your legs towards each other, feet on the floor. Lift and spread your toes again. Find that nice wide foot on the floor. And slowly roll over onto your right side. Rest your head on your arm for a moment or on your block. And I just like to keep things nice and slow. Very rarely do we get to really have the luxury of slowing down. And press your other hand or your hand into the floor and slowly come up. Okay, and then come into a 90-90 shape with your legs. So your left leg is your front leg. And your right leg is your back leg. And if this is really hard to do with your right leg, you can bring your right foot in a little closer. You can bring your left foot in a little closer. I just want you to adjust the angles so it feels good to you. And then lean back into your hands. Just start to lift your right knee up off the floor. You'll find a little stopping point there, and then draw the left knee down to the ground. We're going to do that 3 times. Lift up. You'll feel a little stopping point, and then let it slowly lower down to the ground. Lift up, last time, and lower. Then rotate over your left leg, so over your front leg, so hands are kind of either side of that leg. And press that leg into the ground a little bit. And bend your elbows out to the side, slightly back. Come forward over that leg, and then use your hands to press yourself up. 3 times, lowering down, and up, and 1 more time, lowering down. Relax your shoulders away from your ears if they're shrugging up like mine often do, and come up. And switch over to the other side. So this side might feel a little bit different in your hips. Just make it the adjustment so it works for your body. There's no perfect shape we're after. It's about feeling open, but a slight bit challenged in the joints of the hips. If you feel any pain or pinching, then you know we need a little adjustment. So I'm leaning back a little bit, lift my back knee till I can't anymore, and then lower down. So I shouldn't feel pinching, shaking, or strain, just a nice slow lift and lower. I just find a little stopping point. I mean, I could go way farther back, but then this front knee would lift off the ground. So that knee keeps me a little honest on the floor. Then rotate over your front leg, hands either side of that leg. And just lift your chest a little bit. Slowly lower down over the front leg, elbows angled slightly back and out to the side, and lift up. I'm on my fingertips, but you can be on your fists or your palms. Lower down and up, lower down and up. Good. And lean back once more, and just adding on to what we were doing, start to lift the left knee up until you can't anymore, and then let the right leg come along for the ride. Lift the right knee up till you can't anymore, and then switch over to the other side. Left knee up, and allow the other leg to come along, and then the right knee up, and back to that side. Great. Okay, now take your legs into a nice wide V shape. Here again, if the pillow or the block is handy under your hips because you feel like you're rounding back behind you a little bit, you can't feel like you can get a nice tall sit, then totally grab the block or the pillow and place it under you. And you can have your hands behind you to start. This will help you sit up nice and tall. Pull your toes towards you. Your knees and your toes are also pointing up towards the ceiling. And slowly start to externally rotate from your hips so your toes and your knees point out to the side. And then point the toes and the knees in. So this movement is coming from the hips. If you find it really challenging to go any more externally, your legs might be a little bit too wide. So you go a little narrower and see if that gives you a little more access to the range of motion. And then bringing your attention to your hips and noticing what you feel. Is there a little difference between the left and the right side? Can you go farther internally with one leg than the other? What about when you go externally rotated? And just learning and being curious about what your body can do today. Notice if you're breathing, if you're holding your breath, and just find that breath again. Slowing it down, telling your body it's okay to slow down. And then taking the legs a little bit narrower, so into a narrow V shape. And then bring your hands to your legs in front of you and bring your chin in towards your chest. And slowly walk yourself down your legs, rounding your back. Maybe your hands come towards your feet, chin in towards chest. And we'll come in and out of that a few times and then hold on a third. So sitting up nice and tall, rolling down. Rolling up. One more time, rolling down. And then holding that forward position wherever you are. If it's more helpful for you to have your hands behind you to just give you a little bit of support, then by all means. You could also hold onto your legs a little bit and pull yourself in gently. And moving your breath down your back. Shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. And coming upright, rolling the shoulders a few times. Reaching your arms up, stretching up nice and tall, a little wiggling side to side. Good. All right, and now coming to all fours. Just briefly, we won't be on the hands and knees too long. Spreading your fingers wide or coming onto your fists. Knees under hips. And move slowly through cat, round your back. And then through cow pose opposite, lifting tailbone, lifting chest and chin. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Take your right leg out to the side with your toes pointing straight ahead and lift your tailbone a little bit. Shift slightly back, but not so much back that your tailbone rounds. So there's going to be a little point where that shift begins to happen. Just stop right before that happens. And then shift forward and back. Forward, maybe pacing your movement with your breath, and back. Let's add in a little upper back to that. So take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes back down to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hand comes down. Last time, inhale, stretch up. And exhale, hand comes down. I'll take your left leg out to the side, the toes pointing straight ahead. Lift your tailbone a little bit, shift back, but not so far back that the tailbone rounds or the back rounds, and shift forward. 2 more times, back and forward, and back and forward. Left arm reaches up and open. Exhale, hand comes to the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, reach. And hand to the floor. Okay. Take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Bring your big toes together. Shift your hips back. Allow the back to round. Reach your arms either long out in front of you, and you can rest your forehead on the ground, or you can bend your elbows, stack your forehead on your arms. And just take a few slow, long breaths here. If your knees don't like this deep bend, you can be up onto your knees a little bit higher. And the same thing applies. A little bit of a round in the back. You could tuck your toes if your toes don't like to be on the floor, top of feet on the floor like that. Just make adjustments so it works for you. Come back onto your hands and your knees. We'll do a few standing poses together. So step your right foot forward. Walk your back knee back quite a lot, so it's behind your hip. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee off the floor. Bring your back heel down to the ground. And rise up into warrior two. So a big, nice deep bend in your front knee. Arms out wide. Look towards your front fingertips. 3 breaths here. See if you can sink a little deeper. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Turn your front palm up. Bring your back hand to your back leg. Come into reverse warrior. Reach your top arm up towards the ceiling. Relax your left shoulder. Relax your top fingers a little bit. And then come back upright with the torso and bring your hands down to the ground, framing your front foot. Lift your back heel up, bring your back knee down to the ground. Come back to all fours. Take your knees wide again, big toes together, shift your hips back, and find the position that you like with your arms and your head, and rest for a few breaths. And lift your head off your arms or the floor, back to all fours. Step your left foot forward. Walk your back knee back so you're in a nice long lunge. Tuck your back toes underneath. Lift your back knee off the floor. Bring your back heel down to the ground. Rise up into a warrior two lower body shape. So the front knee's bent nice and deep, back leg straight, arms out into a T. Look towards your front fingertips. Soften your shoulders a bit away from your ears. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Your legs are working hard, but parts of your body are also relaxed. So finding a balance between effort and ease. Turn your left hand up, bring your back hand to your back leg, reverse warrior. You can look forward or somewhere towards the ceiling, whatever is best for your neck. And then windmill, or take your hands back down to the floor to frame your front foot. Bring your back knee down to the ground. If your both knees down, take them wide, big toes together, shift your hips back. And now we're gonna do a crescent child's pose. So walk your hands over to the left. Your body is kind of coming up and on to your left leg. And then come down with the head, rounding evenly through the back. Lift the head and walk your hands over to the other side. Lifting the torso up and over, maybe onto your leg, reaching your arms long. So you get a nice big opening through the left side of the body. Head relaxes, shoulders relax a bit, maybe your arms come all the way down. Lift your head, press your hands into the ground. Come on to your back once more. Okay. With your knees bent, press your feet into the floor and lift your hips up a little bit. Shift your hips over to the left slightly and then place them down. So your torso is at an angle on your mat. Then drop your knees down and over to the right. You could take your right foot and place it on top of your left leg. If that's too intense, right foot comes back down to the ground. You can look up towards the ceiling or just a little to the left. Uncross if your right leg is on your left leg. Bring your knees back to center. Recenter your torso. Bend your knees, feet on the ground. Lift your hips up a little bit. Shift them over to the right. Place them down. Drop your knees down and to the left. Option to take your left foot on top of your right leg. And you can look up or slowly to the right. Uncross your left leg from your right. Bring your knees back to center. Recenter your hips. Stretch your arms overhead and reach your legs long. Pull your toes to you. Okay. Now, just bring your arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders underneath you a little bit to create a pillow for your chest. Let your legs go long in front of you and let your legs swap out to the side. Like your hips would want to just fully relax. If your low back does not like this, you can bring the pillow underneath your knees. You could also lie with your knees knocked together with the knees bent. And if being on your back doesn't feel great to you, you could be on your side or your stomach. Wherever you found a place to rest, you can close your eyes. Separate your top from your bottom teeth. Relax your palms. Just slowly let every part of your body settle and relax. Noticing the part of your body that's touching the ground, coming back into the here and now. And finding your breath without changing it, just noticing your breath. And then just allowing the body to breathe, noticing the change of shape in your torso, in your ribs as you inhale and as you exhale. Just letting your body rest into the ground. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to prove. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Stretch your legs long out in front of you. Reach your arms overhead or wide. You Get another long stretch to the body wherever you are. Maybe that's on your side, maybe that's on your stomach. Bend your knees and place your feet on the ground and roll over to one side. Just letting your head rest on your arm. And with the other hand, pressing it into the ground, keeping your head heavy, your eyes soft or closed. Come up to sit any way that's comfortable to you. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Relax your shoulders and sit up tall. Bow your chin down slightly. A gesture of gratitude for this time you've taken, for your body, for your mind, and in turn for others in your life. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, connecting your heart to your mind. Wishing you a wonderful day.